Good afternoon. What's on the menu for today's discussion? Well, a few moments ago I had some thoughts about the subject of physical comfort, and I would like to address the question whether we should pursue physical comfort. So what do I mean by this? I think a very good example is a typical car seat. Nowadays I don't own a car, but I have owned many in the past, and I remember most of them having very comfortable seats. When I got into my car, I immediately felt relaxed and was able to drive for quite a long time without feeling fatigue or tiredness. I have been on some really long car journeys in my life, including once driving from New York to Los Angeles, which took 3 days. Of course, that was far too much. Nobody can sit for that long and be comfortable. We can see that furniture, architecture, homes are often designed with the criteria of comfort at the top of the list. Is this thing going to be comfortable to use and make the person feel relaxed? If it does, it is likely to sell better. But is this best for us? Should we always be trying to find the most comfortable position for our bodies? I'm going to answer no, and here are some of the reasons why I think this. The first one is that we should be allowing the sensations of our bodies to dictate what we do with them, whether we sit, whether we stand, lie down, walk, or whatever. Not allowing the furniture created by somebody else to tell us what we should do with our own bodies. Why is this important? Let me pause for a moment while some noisy boat goes by. Okay, let's continue. It is important because we should be allowing the natural intelligence of our bodily sensations tell us what we should be doing with our bodies. You know, those subtle aches, pains, weaknesses, tiredness, which we can feel in every part of our body. These sensations should be our tools for choosing what to do. When we choose to sit in a car for several hours, that is probably not really our choice, not in regard to our body position anyway. It is only our choice in that we have decided we want to drive from one place to another. But although it may not be practical to adopt another position, such as lying down, we didn't decide that we wanted to sit for several hours. I think if you observe the body, you will find that nobody wants to sit for more than 20 or 30 minutes without a feeling of the body needing to move. So awareness of our sensations will probably lead us to do all kinds of different things with our bodies. For example, stretch our arms, turn our head from side to side, stretch our legs out, just like we see cats and dogs doing. We should also be aware of whether our desire to rest or relax is coming from the body or the mind. When we feel fatigue, can we be sure it is from the body, or are we just feeling bored or restless. I think often people misinterpret their sensations, and what they think is a physical tiredness is really a mental tiredness. Sometimes you may find that the best thing to do when you feel tired is not to rest, but to go for a walk or do some light exercise. And what about pain? Should we always avoid this? When I was young, I used to go to regular fitness classes, and they had a motto, which was no pain, no gain, meaning that you have to force your body to exercise even if it is painful, because this is beneficial. Now, I do not agree with that idea at all, but I also don't agree with the idea that the body should always feel totally without any pain, aches, or stresses. What we need to do is to be aware of these pains and make a decision about how to respond to them. Sometimes this may be rest, sometimes it may be exercise, sometimes it may be just changing position. We have a natural intelligence of our bodies which we probably don't pay enough attention to. We should not allow our bodies to be dictated to by design, furniture, architecture, culture, society. We should allow our bodies to tell us what to do. And we should have a more positive attitude towards pain and discomfort, because these are valuable tools to help us to look after our bodies in a better way. If you have an aching back, for example, this is probably more likely to do with lack of exercise rather than not enough rest. You then need to experiment with different kinds of exercise to discover which is most appropriate for you. I don't want you to become a masochist, though. A masochist is someone who enjoys pain. That could lead you to damaging your body. Nobody can tell you what you should do with your body. Only you have the sensations, so you need to decide. Don't go running off to a doctor or someone else to ask them for advice until you are sure you have experimented yourself with different ways of moving and using your body. A more intimate story a friend told me recently about a young girl who was experiencing pain during sex. She had only recently started having sex and wasn't sure whether she should be concerned about this or not. What do you think? Well, I am not a woman, so I don't have first-hand experience of this, but I'm going to guess that this is probably not unusual for a young girl getting involved for the first time with sexual activity. And I would suggest this could be looked at in a positive way. As we all get older, we know that we lose sensation, which of course includes experiences of pain. So maybe this young girl should cherish these uncomfortable sensations because they are a sign of the body developing and adjusting to new experience. And there may come a time in later life when she looks back on this time and feels that even though it was painful, it was also fun. Finally, I would advise you to consider your daily activities and examine how furniture is controlling the way you move your body. Chairs, beds, public transport, tables, desks. These all have an effect on the body we are not always aware of. So become aware of this and take control of your own body. Bye for now.